Happy New Year. It's 2018. January 2018 has finally reached us, and you know, just thank God. I'm just thanking God that I'm here, able to reach out to you guys, and I'm hoping that you are all well. So I have a new video for you, and this one's quite timely, quite topical, and it is 5 things not to do to beat the January or winter blues. So let's get right into it. This is one that I'm sure, again, you know, 90% of the time, if I'm not guilty, someone out there is guilty. It seems like a fantastic, great idea, and that is taking out a gym membership. Taking out gym memberships. I mean, it's almost like some sort of pressure. I mean, you put on yourself, my New Year's resolution is to be healthy, lose weight, and it's thinking, oh my God, okay, so the best thing I can do right now is to take out a gym membership. I would say don't do it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You know, again, it's something that you're doing just on, you know, pressure of some kind that you either put on yourself, or it's been put on you by other people or something, and you just think the best way to do this is if I take out a gym membership, I can be committed to this. Not necessarily, not at all. You'll probably end up wasting your money. I would say, you know, try something new. There are so many different website, well, not only websites, but YouTube videos that have workout videos on there, and I've done this and I'm still doing it, and I use it and I think it's really great. I do a 10-minute abs workout. I have a yoga mat, and I just do it in my room. I do it in the comfort of my own home, and it's free. And what you can do, especially if you're missing the social element to going to the gym, meeting new people, or doing whatever, why not just invite your friends, your girlfriends, your guys, whatever around, and you know, put YouTube on and just do a workout together. That way you're all saving money, and it's a social thing, and you're staying fit. No commitments, no gym membership. And if you're able to do that and really get into it, then by all means consider taking out a gym membership. At least you're on the right track and you've got some sort of focus, and you've got some sort of regime and routine going. Is looking for a new job or looking for employment, a new employment, that is. And you know, we've all been there, I'm sure, where you just had enough of work, and I've been guilty of it, where I'm just done. I'm tired of the mundane, same old, or even sometimes the people, just the work ethic and things like that. You just want to leave. And you know what? January, start of a new year, seems quite a good time or good reason to do that. However, I would just say that be a bit more strategic in your exit plan. If there's a way or possibility for you to grow within the current workplace that you're in, so that's by going on training or anything like that, just to make yourself more appealing to employers and just beefing up your CV, that'd be great to do. So give yourself a bit more of a timeline. Don't have to rush everything in January. You can just spread it out a bit, and if you have waited until January, until a new year, I'm sure you can wait a tiny bit more longer. Also, before you think of making that jump into a different career or a different job or a different role, definitely work on your resume or your CV offline and online. So that is, if you have a LinkedIn profile, update that, make sure that it's nice and updated. And if you have, well, you should have a CV, make sure that is nice and up to date, and you've got a lot of experience that is current, and that is relatable to whatever field you want to go into. And really think about it. Think about the reasons why you're leaving your job. If you're leaving it because, you know, you're just done and tired with you know, the work life or anything like that, chances are whatever the reasons are for you leaving, or the reasons for you wanting to leave your role, whether it be people or money or anything like that, or just the mundane, getting up every day, getting on that train, getting on that bus, getting on the tube, whatever, to do your commute, you'll probably find it again in your next role, and it will just be a vicious cycle. So that's what I'm just saying. Just take it easy, put the brakes on a little bit on that employment. There's no harm in looking for jobs, of course, but just seeing what's out there and then making that strategic exit plan before you leave. And also one more thing on that as well is, if you do decide to leave, especially drastically, be careful with that in terms of the relationships that you're leaving behind, and make sure they're done in the right way. You don't want your name to be spoken about or negatively in your workplace, whether you care or not, because you don't want that to continue on in your next job or anything like that. You just want to leave the slate very nice and clean and move on respectively. So that's one thing to avoid. Don't make a harsh decision in terms of employment in January. Speaking of drastic changes, the next one is relationships. Now I'm talking more so romantic relationships, I suppose, so boyfriend, girlfriend. So that is ending or even starting a relationship, you know, in January, just because it's January, it's a new year. Oh my god, I need a boo, or I need to get rid of my boo, you know. Of course, if the relationship is not in the right place, or you've been contemplating it for a while, or whatever the reason may be, again, just like a job, I would say make a strategic exit, but more so just, you know, think of the other person's feelings as well, because regardless of the situation, you know, there is someone else's feelings involved, especially if it's just a way of, you know, it's January, I need a new change, I've got the itch, you know, this is someone's feelings you're thinking about. So definitely have a talk. If you're definitely made up in your mind that you just don't want to do it anymore, and this in terms of a breakup, then have a conversation with that person and just, you know, just be more tactful and more careful in how you break up with this person, because, you know, what goes around comes around. And you may, if you're doing it in a drastic way, and I'm talking about doing it in drastic ways, and, you know, I've been on the receiving end of some real horrible people, not necessarily just in the new year, but just in general. You know, things do go around, come back around again, and you just never know what the future holds, what situation you're going to end up in. So that is definitely a case of covering your back, but also making sure that, you know, your reasons are right and clear, and it's not just, oh my god, it's January, it's new year, I just need to make a drastic change. Rather, just thinking things through and making the right decisions, not on emotions or on a wave of a new year, a new fresh start kind of thing. Similar with starting a new relationship. You know, it was pretty lonely over Christmas, and now we're going into the new year, things are looking dim and gloomy. Not necessarily the case. Still take your time, work on yourself, and don't do anything drastic in that sense, just to do something new. Number 4. Now, we've all been guilty of this, and I definitely have been guilty of it. Probably can still be from time to time, and that is dwelling on what didn't work out last year or the previous year. Whether that be a goal that didn't happen and you're just thinking, what the hell is the point? Or whether that be a relationship, whether that be finances, whether that be you know, a career move or change or something you wanted to do. You're just looking around you and you're seeing the same 4 walls, and you're just thinking, oh, it didn't work out, it was better then, it's not now. Don't dwell on the past, definitely don't look back. And that's for anything really. If you really want to move forward and make a difference and a positive change in your life, looking back is definitely not going to help you. Yes, learn from the situation, but don't dwell on things. Don't wish on the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. That just won't help. Okay, last but not least, number 5. The 5th thing not to do to beat the January blues, and I will definitely hold my hand up and admit to this. In fact, this is not just a January thing for me, this is an all year round kind of thing, and that is spending money shopping. Now, this for me, I am definitely guilty of when I'm just, especially on my lunch break, because where I work is there is a shopping centre and a row of shops. You've got Zara, you've got all types, you've got H&M, you've got everything there. And on my lunch break, I'm just, you know, going through, contemplating life, and, you know, thinking that the best thing that I can do just to make me feel that much better for that split second is just buy something. And that's literally what it is. It's making yourself feel better for that split second until you look at your bank account and then you start evaluating everything. So definitely do not fall into that trap, especially with the January sales going on. That is a trap, guys. It's a trap. So try and just hold on to your money purse and do not spend that coin. And instead, the way that I'm able to kind of deal with it is by setting myself a budget. And whenever I get paid, as soon as I get paid, obviously I'm paying my bills, doing all of that, make sure that's all out. But I want to get onto the fun stuff now. I just don't want to just be paying bills. I want to know that I'm working for something. I want to treat myself, you know? So, you know, I just take out a little budget of what I can spend, and that's my social budget or my treat budget. So I will have a certain amount a month cash. I make sure I draw out the cash, because if I use my card, especially now that deadly sin called contactless is so easy to just spend money and build up. So I take out the cash and know that this is, and then I divide it again throughout the week, so I know this is all I'm spending, and that's even in a social fund, and that helps as well to be disciplined. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That's just my little tip for you, just to help you along the way of things not to do. There's so many things to do to help beat the winter blues, but we just need to remember the things not to do, because the things that we aren't supposed to do we don't really talk about, and so we end up doing them. So I hope that you have learned from that. I hope that you're able to take something away from that and it has helped, and if not, just let it be a bit entertaining. And I will see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe and also leave a comment of anything else you'd like to see. Take care. Bye.